Hey, welcome to another match. Let's see my opponent on the play, most likely. Let's see if or what companion they're running. The reason I'm not playing Yorion is mostly that I feel Fires is important enough to the deck, and Yorion is not quite good enough to justify diluting the number of Fires for Yorion. It's possible that the Yorion builds are better, but honestly, I've found more success with the 60 card version than with the 80 card version that I tried, so I'm happy enough not trying to jam Yorion in. Another Lurrus. Oh, what a surprise. Alright, red-white. This is burn. Okay. Don't like being on the draw against burn, but I do have an okay hand. Pyromancer. Verdict's a good draw. Let's see if my opponent's got some more creatures. Another Pyromancer. Okay. So, hit down to 14. Yeah. Alright, and then I'll go down to 7. Well, I'm going to have some life to make back up. White, red, 1. Kill the creatures. I like it. White, white, blue. Kill the creatures again. Wild Slash. And the draw 2, light up the stage. Yep. Okay. So I'm at 2. Certainly a close game. So I imagine that my opponent goes Lurrus and then something, the Gitu Lava Runner. Unless, of course, they just drew a 3 damage burn spell, in which case I'm dead. Oh. Just the Swift Spear, huh? Okay, that's fine. So I get to go Fires of Invention, Triome, Elspeth, and don't care about the Swift Spear from here, so I'm going to draw a card. I did that wrong. I should have drawn a card first, just in case I drew a second Interplanar Beacon. So as long as my opponent doesn't draw a 3 damage burn spell this turn, I feel pretty good about my chances of winning. Alright, I think I've got this game. But it was close. Because my opponent's best play from here is like Lurrus Lava Runner, but that's not getting through the wall of tokens that's being created by Elspeth Sun's Champion. And then Chandra Awakened Inferno can just get rid of all of the creatures in play and put me back at 4 life, which is, well, 4 plus 1 from the Teferi. So Lurrus, yes. Lava Runner, sure. So the important thing is to get to 5 life So let's draw my card. Awakened Inferno goes up to 4. Time Raveler puts me at 5. Kill the creatures. I'm outside of Boros Charm range, and I should be able to continue gaining a bunch of life every turn. And I get to start scrying with Castle Vantress. Between Drawn from Dreams, I should be able to get... Yeah. Alright, my opponent is done. So, Verdict and Clarion. And do I want to rest in peace for the Lurrus? Probably not. I think I'll just trim my 2 Shark Typhoons. Actually, maybe I'll keep a Shark Typhoon and go down a Narset. That's probably a better idea. Alright. On the draw again, but if I can have a turn 3 Deafening Clarion, then I'll feel pretty good. Especially if I get a turn 2 Fae of Wishes. Alright. I think I keep this, but it's not a great hand. It's a little unfortunate that I don't have the option of playing Omen of the Sea on 2 without taking damage. And I don't have a Clarion. But I have the lands, and I have a Teferi, and Jace is actually a very good 4, so I'm going to keep it. Yeah, Fae of Wishes, definitely a keep. I will shock myself to play that. Ooh, Wizard's Lightning at my face. That's not advancing the board. Oh, but light up the stage. Makes me less happy about that. So I imagine that the Fae of Wishes gets Wild Slashed. But it will have effectively soaked up 4 damage. Question is, does my opponent spend 2 burn spells on it? Doesn't appear so. Yeah, go ahead and Wild Slash. Okay. Tis what I expected. So Clarion would have been the good draw there, but bounce the Soulscar Mage. Interplanar Beacon. Beacon's not bad. Really need a sweeper, though. Boros Charm is lethal. Okay. Well, I died on turn 4 after playing a blocker and a bounce spell, so that's great. Time to hope that I can have a turn 3 Clarion. Although, Clarion is less critical than just having either Clarion or Verdict now that I'm on the play. Being on the play is a pretty big difference. Another reason why I'm not big on companions in this deck specifically is that one of the main purposes of companions, from my perspective, is to make it so that you have just like this extra treasure trove of resources that you get every game. And this deck is just so inherently good at having huge amounts of resources, and it's so rare that you run out of those anyways. I'd rather just try to make sure that my main plan is more consistent. Like, there's not a whole lot of games where I lose because I've got nothing left in my hand. You know, almost all of my losses are just like, oh, I couldn't deploy all my cards fast enough. Or, you know, oh, I played a bunch of things, but I wasn't quite able to lock my opponent out before they comboed. Or something like that. So, I mean, I don't need the extra resources I could get from a Yorion if I'm always... if all of the games I lose are ones where I've, you know, just haven't had time to play a bunch of things. And then, besides Yorion, what other companions could I actually try to look at? I mean, Karuga is often played in Fires, but I would definitely rather have the Wishboard aspect of Fae of Wishes than Karuga, like, every time. Fae of Wishes is just way better than Karuga ever would be. I mean, Zerda doesn't work with Fires, so that's right out. Fae of Wishes is also way better than Kikira would be. There's just not a lot of companions that would work in this deck that I think would be worth the inclusion. Hopefully this time I've got like a Triome, a couple check lands, an Interplanar Beacon, Clarion, and a few Planeswalkers or something. Give me a good hand. Ugh. Nope. Okay, that's a keep. What am I bottoming? I think it's this Shark Typhoon. Yeah. Maybe it was supposed to be Fires, because I don't have a red source, but Fires is just so good so many times. Fae Wish is basically a 2-mana gain for life. I imagine this is just like Wild Slash into Wild Slash, but could be wrong. Ooh, Eidolon. Alright. Temple of Triumph was a good draw. Do I want Chandra? So next turn is Fire's Jace. Yeah, Chandra seems decent. I think I will probably have the time to get up to 6 mana. Probably. Jace is going to be quite helpful. It's going to gain a lot of effective life by just upticking and forcing him to either, you know, lose a power on all of his creatures each turn, or spend a lot of damage killing it. Also, the fact that my opponent's going to be taking 2 off all of their spells is not totally insignificant. There are cases where, you know, they might get to dangerous levels with Eidolon. Now, basically, what I really need to do is draw a spell next turn. Pretty much any spell in my deck is good to draw, as long as I can draw a spell. I just need to not have my turn 5 be do 0. The bigger question would it be worth it to minus Jace if they don't kill Jace this turn, and I draw a blank? I think the answer is probably yes. Pyromancer. That is not a instant or sorcery, so all these prowess creatures are still currently doing 0. I mean, if there's a shock. Temple of Enlightenment. Well, that is a blank. So I can gain 4 life, or I can try to draw 2 cards. Draw a card to prevent damage. Let's go ahead and scry with Temple of Enlightenment and see what is on top. Yep. Alright, that's pretty good. I will take whichever card the stack has 2. And let's go ahead and cycle that. Alright, Shark Typhoon is not a second card I can cast, so... Feeling pretty good about this one. My opponent gets Double Mountain. Well, that's not something I'm worried about. Yeah. I think I got this game. So I get to go Beacon, Shark Typhoon, Chandra, gain 2 life, make a 6/6. Yeah, and then I was going to sweep away that and be left with a 6/6 flyer, and I can start pumping out Castle Ardenvale tokens. I don't think my opponent was coming back from that. Oh, and also a 3 loyalty Chandra.